It's the Bare Bones Podcast. Oh, hallelujah. Welcome to the Bare Bones Podcast, Season 2, Episode 2. Oh, got a lovely little organ synth going on there. Might be using that a little bit more often. That could be the official new intro. That was The Lord Show Me the Way. Oh, Lord Jesus. So yeah, lovely little organ intro. Might use that a little bit more. How's everyone getting on? Is everyone all good? It's Saturday evening. I'm just in. I've had a chilled day. Fiddling about with some electrical bits in the garage. I'm just sat here eating a little snack. Delicious, delicious. What's been going on? Firstly and foremost, I've got an art exhibition on. My first solo show. And we had the opening night just a couple of... Oh, when was it now? It's about a week ago. Last week. Good turnout. So, big up yourself, yeah? If you come down to represent, yeah? You come down to show your face and that. Thanks very much. It's been going well. Had a few inquiries. I've had one complaint as well. So, you know, I'm on the cutting edge. I'm on the cutting edge of the art scene. Mr. Controversial, they call me, actually. Someone complained about the burning church painting. Apparently it's a bit offensive to the Christian community. But, you know, it was never meant to be offensive. And a lot of the Christian community offends me. So, I guess now we're even. But, you know, I can't even bother to get into it. It's longage. But needless to say, other than that, it's all going very well. Hopefully I sell it all and become a millionaire. And I can just do podcast and painting full time. Why I've got it in my mind, eating was a terrible idea while recording this. But yeah, I had the maddest dream last night. And I don't dream very often. Or if I do, I seldom remember it. And this one was mad. It was so real. And basically, we'd been out last night for Leon's birthday. So big up Leon. He's hit the quarter century. And I think it was just it's the first actually, it's not really. There's been a few social things lately. But anyway, the dream was basically the crew of people I was sort of with last night. And we got given this chance, this opportunity to go and live in this huge house on an island somewhere. Don't know where. But there was a caveat. You know, there was rules. So basically, we all get to go and live in this house. And the rule was, once you go there to this island or whatever it was, I can't even remember, but we went a few places, so it must have been pretty big. But it was, once you go, that's it. You can't leave. Ever. You give up seeing your friends, your family. You just with that group. And that was it. But, in return for that, this house had a sort of, I don't know. It was almost like Siri. Or Alexa or one of them things there. But how it worked was, if you asked for something, it just appeared. You just got it. So we made a decision to go. said goodbye to everybody. Off we went. We got there, and there was like, first 5 minutes we were like, "Whoa, this house is cool. Wouldn't it be great though if it had a pool?" So someone went, "I want a pool at this house." Bang. Next thing you know, we got ourselves a pool. So this was like unreal. I remember one of the first things we did, there's like a huge hall, like a big, massive room. And we just all decided that we wanted rollerblades. So we could rollerblade around this room. That's like... That shows you my sort of subconscious wants. I could have had anything in my dream. I could have had anything I wanted. Rollerblades. It's like that. What's that Jim Carrey movie where he can't lie? Liar, liar. Liar, liar. The little kid, Maximilian. He's like, I wish for rollerblades. That's me, man. That's me right there. I just wanted some roller skates. So, I remember bombing down this mad hill on the rollerblades, overtaking everybody. It's like real rough. I remember being so like in the moment, like I could, even though I've got my rollerblades, I could still kill myself. I could still come off and have a mad injury. I was really aware of my I wasn't immortal just because I had some fancy rollerblades. So after a little while, I realised, oh shit, this is gonna be a bit dangerous when people figure out what's the capabilities of this. So I was like, I'm gonna test it like on my own out the way. And I was like, hey, I wish I had a loaded gun. And next thing you know, zing! I had a big revolver in my hand. And I was like, oh, Jesus. I wanted to get rid of it. And it went. And I was like, fuck, if someone gets in a bad mood and they want, whatever they want, they're going to get it. We're going to have like a meeting and make some rules. And then it became like this whole crazy thing. And then I can't remember much after that. I woke up, but what a mad idea. Where did I get that from? So, I don't know. What do you reckon? If that was a option, would you go for it? What do you reckon? Would you go for it? You can have anything you want, anytime you like. I suppose really it's a toss-up between materialistic things and friends and family. I suppose it's like, where does your values lie? I ditched everybody and went for the materialistic, which surprised me in my dream because I don't think I'd do that in reality. Although I have done that in a way by moving to New Zealand, haven't I? I've come over here. I've ditched everybody to come and do what I want to do. But it's not quite the same. And if you're listening, Mum and Dad, because I know you both are, you listen to every single thing, I'd choose you. I would choose you. Probably. For those of you who heard last week, they did get their iPad engraved with I was their favourite child. So, they obviously miss me. I miss them. It's a given. We've also had King Beats. King Beats has been and gone. I'm sure most people listening were probably there. If you weren't there and you're in a different country and you can't go out because of COVID and that, I'm sorry. But it was a belter. We had to move sets. We were meant to be playing at 9 or 9:30 or something, which we were like real excited about. We got the good slot, the sun would be going down, everyone would be a bit boozed up. We get to make the most of the light display. But one of us, I won't say which, Martin, double booked himself. So we had to move slots to 5 o'clock in the afternoon when it was about 30 degrees, middle of the daytime. But it worked out that everyone sort of like disappeared off to the DJ tent not long after our set, and the actual headliners didn't have the best crowd. We ended up having a great crowd, and actually I think worked out for the best in the end, to be honest. We had a guy in the crowd who I don't know if anyone else in the band knew him actually, but he was the only person in the crowd who actually had a Danger Wank t-shirt on, and he was like repping it hard, hand on the heart, on the logo, you know, I love you guys. He wasn't American. And he went so mental, by about the 5th or 6th song, he was on the floor, completely out cold. I don't know if he like overheated, because there was a sort of little mini mosh pit, push pit. It was like a little Scissor Sisters style mosh pit going on. Nah, it's more than that. It was more than a Scissor Sisters mosh pit. It was more of a, it was like a busted. It was like a McBusted mosh pit. A lot of jumping around going on anyway, but I think he fell off someone's shoulders, or I'm not too sure, but the gig got stopped anyway for a wee while, and St. John's ambulance had to come and cart him off on a stretcher, but he gave us the thumbs up, and then we carried on. This year actually as well, we had they had the big sub speakers off the front of the stage with a little platform on, so me and Dave and Gav, we all had a little sort of extension on the stage. We could walk out over the barrier right up to the crowd, so it's quite cool to sort of be off the stage, like a little bit forward, could get your leg up on the monitor, shred a couple solos and that. So that was decent. And the band that was on before us, or a few bands before us, was called the Train. They called the Train Riders. Is that what it was? I think that's what they were called. Train Riders. Whatever they were called. They were like some young lads from Arrowtown, which, you know, it's just up the road. They were, I think they were like 17 or 18 or something. And they were like a sort of old school country blues. Oh man, unreal. For a load of kids to be that into the blues. An old mate who's like the singer, lead guitar player, only guitar player, playing a Telecaster, right-handed Telecaster. Oh, excuse me. Playing the right-handed Telecaster upside down, left-handed style, Hendrix style. Wasn't restrung the right way up. He was fully playing the thing upside down, and he was shredding, man. Shredding. To the point where when we got up, I felt like a bit self-conscious about my own guitar playing. And fair play to the lad, man. He was right at the front for our set as well. He like come and watch all the other bands. Like me and Dave was right at the front watching him the whole time, mesmerised. Like, man, I wish I could play guitar like that. Like even now, let alone when I was 17. So yeah, I found myself almost like trying not to overcomplicate things in case I fucked it up, embarrass myself, which is so silly, But yeah, I think that's what they were called. The train riders don't sound right. I'm sure it was something else. But nah, they were decent, man. It was a good day, real hot day. Nice to sort of, like, you know, we have got a bit of COVID going on at the moment, so it was good to be able to get out and have like the festival experience, the summer experience. So that was cool. What else? What else, guys? What's been going on in the world? Loads of stuff. I feel like this podcast is never going to be used as a historical document, you know, in the future. If everything gets destroyed and somehow they find this and they're like, oh, we'll be able to find out what was going on in the world in 2021. Nope. I don't talk about world events. I don't talk about the big issues. Nah, too many people with opinions, and I want to get to the real stuff. The man on the street. The nitty-gritty of life. Which brings me to my next point. After the opening night of the exhibition, we were like across the road from, you know, a couple of the local bars, pubs. So I thought, yeah, cruise over, have a couple drinks. When I was in one of these bars, I saw something that it just didn't sit right with me. There's something not right about this, you know. You know when you get that feeling when you're like, this shouldn't be going on. And well, I'll tell you what it was. Actually, no, I won't. It's a secret forever. Nah, right. Okay. What it was, there was a table behind me. Well, actually, no, it was a table behind our table. I was facing that table, and across from me, the other people on our table had their backs to that table. Does that make any sense? The table next to us, anyway. There was like a couple of guys sat there. And they're having a good time. They're enjoying themselves. That's fine. Got no problem with that. But then, they must have ordered some food, bar snacks. You know, usual shit. What do you get, like wedges? Maybe a BLT or something like that. I don't know. I can't think what's on there. Pizza, little pizza slice maybe. But what they had ordered was some chips, some nice hot French fry chips. And when they brought out these chips, they were in a pint glass. I'm sorry, what? A pint glass, guys. A pint glass. Whose idea was that? Like, honestly, mental. I know what they're trying to do. I see what they're trying to do. I've seen it happening everywhere. And sometimes, you know, okay, you can get away with a bit of a weirdness. Last night, for instance, I went to a lovely restaurant, Pacific Island Fusion. Blue Canoe, for those who know it. Lovely spot. We had a bit of a nice bit of ceviche. Yeah, had a bit of the ceviches. Bit of a fish dish, nice. Lemon, lime, few herbs, very nice, very fresh. Served in a big power shell, big seashell. Now, it's, you know, that makes total sense to me. It's a seafood dish. We're in a sort of seafood-ish restaurant. Makes sense. Look nice, because they're like a pearlescent shell. Lovely. So I get that. I was at another cafe not too long ago called the Boat Shed. Nice spot right by the water. I think it used to actually be a boat shed. It's like a sort of old wooden sort of building. They've kept up the boat shed vibe in there, you know, a bit of like anchors and this sort of marine accessories. But I ordered like a little full English breakfast, and it came on like, it was like a plank, like a board, like a chopping board, but a really long. It was probably like, I don't know, I'm thinking in builder's terms here, but it was probably about 750 mil long. it's like a plank of wood, pretty much. And the breakfast was lined up on it in a row. It was like bacon, sausage, egg, bread, all just next to each other in a line. It's a bit weird, If I wanted to have a bit of bacon and like scoop a bit of beans on my fork, I had to go from one side all the way to the other side. It would be dripping off. It wasn't very deep, so like if you moved anything, it fell off the back. It was all sort of like just laid out like it was getting prepped to be cooked or something. Good idea in theory, but I don't know. Plus, if there's two of you at the table, one of the boards like hangs off the end almost. So I know what people are doing. They're trying to do the thing, but that brings me back to the pint of chips. There's something weird, firstly, about having food in like a see-through bowl. Do you know what I mean? Next time if you've got a glass bowl at home, like a mixing bowl or something, make like some spaghetti bolognese or something and put it in there. It just looks a bit weird. I don't know why. We're not used to seeing the food from that angle. We normally do the top. You see it from the top only. So it's like, do you ever have a cup of tea made for you in like one of them glass coffee mugs? Just looks weird, eh? It just looks different. So you got that going on. Plus the chips are like hot, steamy, greasy. And they're not laid out on a plate. They're stacked tall in a glass. So all that steam's coming up through the bottom. So then there's like condensation inside the glass. So the chips at the bottom are going to be soggy. That's problem number 2 or whatever we're on. After that, these weren't like kids. These were like big farmer men. So old mate can get about 5 chips out before his hand don't fit in the glass. It's like the old Pringles tube scenario, which they've made smaller as well. So you're like jamming your hand in a glass to try and pull out a soggy, wet chip that you can see is soggy from the outside. Leave it. So whoever's idea that was, that's mental. Maybe they're running off the old school 80s prawn cocktail vibe. A bit of lettuce, a bit of Thousand Island sauce, a couple of prawns in a wine glass. Ooh, snazzy. Pint of chips. Dead. Leave it. That is not the one. Way too cash. Even for a pub. Put them on a plate. Do something. I've seen them in like little mini fryers. The little frying baskets you get at the chip shop. I've seen them serving them in them. Wrapped up in a bit of newspaper. People are still doing that. Not in a glass that's got Stella Artois written on the side. No thanks. So, just I'm sure you've all seen it. If you've seen any mental ones, more mental than that, let me know. This could maybe become a weekly feature called Have a Look at This Food. It's mental. That's a working title. I'm going to have to come up with something a bit more catchy than that, maybe. Go out to a restaurant. It's got to be a pub, innit? Go to a pub, maybe get just a half. No, let's get a half of scampi fries, please, mate. Yeah, I'll get a large wine glass full of lasagna, please. Oh, man. Where's it going to end? Hopefully at the chips. A pint of chips. Come on. In other news, our house is writing I'm back on the buttons. I'm back on the ones and twos. We're back producing, recording. Got a little rap studio going on. I'm not quite sure how it came about, but housemates like rapping. They also like fishing. So we're making a fishing-based rap song, which, can only be a winner, if you ask me. So we've got that. That's coming up in the next couple of weeks. You'll get a preview of that. I'm just working on the beat now, and I might even slap down some lyrics, go back to my old school days, you know what I'm saying, yeah? I might even just get back into it anyway. I do love it, making stupid songs. In fact, the next podcast from this one will be another music one. I got some more old horrendous rap songs to play you, so that'll be coming in your ears next time. I'm also actually writing a country westerny style pop music song. I don't know why, it just came to me. Give it a go, innit? Try out some different genres. But that's it. I'm going to wrap it up for this week. As always, thanks for listening. Tell your friends. Share the link. The more listeners I get, the better. It's all good stuff. If you haven't been to my gallery, go down. If you can't get there, go to my Instagram. Send me a message. Buy something, please. I got too much artwork in my house. And I think we will end with another little organ freestyle solo. I feel like a sort of Elton John here. Where do we go? Let's just give it one of them ones. Thanks for coming, guys. Until next time. Sigh. Oh, no. Raw. In a bit, you slags.